The ongoing US-Iran conflict continues to disrupt global trade routes, with maritime traffic through the Strait of Hormuz dropping sharply following the closure of the vital waterway. According to recent data, only 7 ships crossed the Strait of Hormuz in a single day, a steep decline from the pre-war average of around 140 vessels daily. Most of the ships that managed to pass were dry bulk carriers, including vessels departing from Iraqi ports and one from an Iranian port. Ship tracking data from KPLR, along with satellite analysis by SynMax, confirmed the limited movement through the strait, highlighting the scale of disruption caused by the conflict. Shipping activity has been further complicated by actions from both sides. A shipping note by Clarkson stated that Iran has attacked and detained vessels for failing to comply with its transit requirements, while the United States has continued to enforce its blockade in the region. The U.S. Central Command reported that it has redirected 37 vessels since imposing a blockade on Iran on April 13. Meanwhile, 6 Iranian tankers carrying approximately 10.5 million barrels of oil returned to Iranian ports and later sailed back through the Strait of Hormuz in recent days, according to satellite data from tankertrackers.com. However, the U.S. military has not provided detailed information regarding the types of ships diverted or the exact locations of these interceptions. In another development, 2 tankers transporting around 4 million barrels of Iranian oil were able to pass through the blockade on April 24, heading towards Asia. However, their ultimate destination remains uncertain. Analysts noted that U.S. forces have been diverting Iran-linked vessels as far as the Malacca Strait, raising questions over whether these shipments will reach their intended buyers or be intercepted and redirected back to Iran. Amid these developments, Iran has reinforced its stance over control of the Strait of Hormuz. A senior Iranian lawmaker stated that the country's armed forces would oversee the waterway under a proposed law governing its management. Ebrahim Azizi, head of the National Security Commission in Iran's parliament, said that Iranian armed forces are already in control of the strait and may prohibit the passage of what he described as hostile vessels. He also indicated that the proposed law would require financial transactions related to the strait to be conducted in Iran's local currency, the rial. At the international level, United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has called for the reopening of the critical maritime route. Addressing a UN Security Council debate on maritime security, he urged both sides to allow ships to pass freely without tolls or discrimination, emphasizing the importance of restoring global trade flows. Meanwhile, tensions have also surfaced within the Gulf region. A senior United Arab Emirates official criticized fellow Gulf Cooperation Council members over what he described as a weak political and military response to Iran's retaliatory attacks. Presidential advisor Anwar Gargash said that while Gulf states had supported each other logistically, their overall response fell short given the scale of the threat. He was referring to missile and drone attacks launched by Iran targeting several GCC countries, including Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE, following US and Israeli strikes on Iran on February 28. In Europe, German Chancellor Friedrich Merz also weighed in on the situation, criticizing US President Donald Trump for lacking an exit strategy. He said Iran's leadership was effectively humiliating Washington by engaging in talks that yielded no results, including meetings in Pakistan that ended without progress.